right, y'all. Everybody on? Okay, good. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Um, how y'all doing? I'm gonna try this again. Instagram give me the hardest problem. So let me make this announcement now. Instagram, if for whatever reason you cut off, whatever, please come over to Facebook, TikTok, um, and or YouTube. They don't give me those problems. I don't know what be going on with Instagram. But I supposed to be on here an hour ago, but y'all, I got inspired. And then I forgot to. I had took out some stuff to cook, so I went and prepped and put on my red beans, put my roast and stuff in the oven. I was just in there getting it. Y'all, we had a good time tonight. In our Patreon session. And then it extended on to after that because something happened. They better get their act together. Um, with one of the people in the community. So for those of you who do not know, I started my Patreon community, and it is the action space for 2022. It is about the action. So there are people there who have taken training courses or are wanting to move in their businesses. So we do cold calling and we talk about it and we work it through. Um, and now that they are in the thick of things, we're having different conversations and sharing experiences and stuff like that. And it's just a good time. So y'all feel free to join when y'all get ready. $25 a month. Patreon community. Shout out to the SMEs, baby. The subject matter are okay, getting what needs to be gotten and handling the business like they need to handle it. But good evening, y'all. Good evening. Oh, it smells so good in here, y'all. I put a seasoning down on the red beans and on that roast. But anyway, I wanted to come on here and see if y'all was all right, see if everybody was okay. Um, talk about a couple things that people are experiencing. I already wanted to talk about it, but it just happened to just be popping. Um, and it's carriers. We are finding out more and more, day by day, that carriers really um, don't know what we do, how we do, why we exist. But the main thing is they don't know that they're a boss. Okay, um, the boss of themselves, and they don't understand that this is a partnership. Although we do work for, okay, work with, work for, we still have the option to go our own way because we still own our own businesses. Okay, this is my business that is providing a service, and the service that I'm providing is why you pay me. I am not somebody that is out here desperate um, and just so in need that I got to kiss your behind. Now, this is not a carrier rant. This is gathering an understanding between what we do and what we do for one another and how we help one another. When I come to you, I tell you the services that I'm providing. I'm going to pull together a plan of action in order for you to be able to see success in your business. And in turn, you are going to work. You are going to do the things that you agreed to do, which is how we came into an agreement and a partnership to work for with one another. But I also wanted to come on here and talk to you all and carriers as well, because live tonight from tonight going to stay saved on the Patreon for viewing later. Yes, um, I'll actually load it when I get off here tonight, and I'm not gonna stay on here long, y'all. I mean, unless it get long-winded and y'all, we get a little spirited and get caught up. But I wanted to talk to carriers, especially carriers who are going to dispatch themselves. You're welcome. And for those of you all who are in the Patreon community, please go back and watch the replays and comment that you watched the replays. Even if you like it, just let me know, because I still am working on myself. I need to make sure that the space is giving what it's supposed to give. Okay. And that it is really helping you all. And I know that everybody can't make it, everybody won't show up. However, the replay revelations okay, are powerful. Okay. So don't cheat yourself. But I want to talk to carriers, those who are going to dispatch themselves, or those who were dispatching themselves and realized that they couldn't quite get what was done, what needed to be done, and you come and seek you a dispatcher. Okay, let's talk about it on tonight. Okay, you're not the boss of me now. Okay, let's talk about it. When you are presenting and when you are seeking out a dispatcher, okay, we know that you had some type of experience. Okay, we know that you think that you are actually. I'm gonna include company drivers, those who are company coming from companies as well, because we got to talk about this thing. Okay, thank y'all for the hearts, the stars, the gifts, um, and just viewing. You know, all is welcome. Okay, but I want to talk about it tonight because you all come with unrealistic expectations. The reality of the situation is, if you could do this on your own, you would. Okay, so I just want to just talk, you know, and just give you a little bit of perspective. When you are seeking a dispatcher, especially if you are new in the business, you've already had a dispatcher, you've already heard from your homeboys, you've already decided that, oh, because some of y'all, let me go right here first and talk to the company drivers, those who are coming into their own business, but we got to talk, who are coming into their own business by way of being a company driver. All right. I know you think you got all the sense. When you decided that you was going to start your own business and get your truck, you said, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to see how this works. Okay. All right. Oh, I got this. I could do this myself. I don't need no middleman. I'm going to go start my own thing, because if I'm making this XYZ amount of money for them, oh, I know I can do it on my own. Surely they ain't gonna be dipping into my money. They ain't gonna be giving me no settlement. They ain't gonna be giving me no stipend. I ain't gonna be out here doing all these miles and all of this. I'm gonna get my own money. If I'm kicking down two, three, $400,000 for them a year, I know I can do it for myself. um, person, person. Okay, you, my dear, are sadly mistaken. Okay, so let's talk about the company. The company has old money, old connections, very good lawyers. You see where I'm going with this? They have a whole lot of things that either they established or their forefathers have established and left to them. Huh? Generational wealth. Okay? It came down from generation to generation to generation. So, in all you're getting, get this understanding. Okay? When you get ready to plot up, we're gonna call it all of the things. When you get ready to plot up, when you get to putting together your exit strategy, okay, when you're planning your way out of those people job, make sure that you know the plan and all of the things that the plan will entail. Okay, which means when you decide that you're going to go and get your own authority, I got to talk to you, carriers. All right. I got to talk to everyone so you can tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. Because in order for us all to grow in these roles of the industry and these independent roles, we have to know what's going on. We have to know what to do. We have to know what kind of conversations that we're having. And you have to understand that myself and the SME community, the subject matter experts on this particular matter, it matters that you listen to what we say to you. It matters that only absorb so much of what your homeboy said. Only believe some of what you see with your eyes, because you think that at those people's job, you're going to be able to do what they're doing, how they're doing it. But what you don't realize is if they have already done the work, somebody has already did the blood, sweat, and the tears, okay, and left that old money, old contacts, old connections to be able to employ you. Okay. So when you get your plan and your strategy together and you decide, I'm about to get up out of here. So I'm on this TikTok, this YouTube, this Facebook, this Instagram, and I'm listening to this lady talk every day about how the first 90 days is going to be challenging. And when I leave these people job, I need to be making some money immediately. So I decide in my mind that I'm going to get my authority, okay, and I'm going to plan my way out. So by the time I leave this company, my authority going to be, have some age on it, and I ain't going to have to worry about that 90 days. Yes, you will, because getting that authority and faking your insurance situation, because you don't have no equipment, but you done found the back door. You done found a way to be able to get your authority and keep this minimum insurance up, okay? And it's funny that this happened with somebody today, because I already was going to talk to y'all about it. But anyway, we just going to roll. So in your plotting and your planning, now it's several months later, and you got yourself together, and you leave them people job, okay? And you jump out here in this world, and you come get you a dispatcher, and you meet the dispatcher at the door. I want the company that I was working for, I was kicking down $2,500 a week. So I need to be making at least that. I'm not cranking my truck up for no less than $3 a mile. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm going, oh, you got all of the things, okay? And as your dispatcher, I got you. I'm taking note of everything you say, and I'm laughing to myself because I am about to, I'm listening, check. All right, because when I get through listening to your unrealistic expectations, I'm going to educate you. It's a must that I do this, because this is going to be the beginning of the working relationship if we both decide that we're going to move forward. And if I allow you to operate in a space of non-reality, because I know as the subject matter expert, as the SME be me, I know I do this, I study this, I operate in this, listen, I research this, I keep up on what's going on with the FMCSA them, I keep on what's going on with them folk up there on that hill them. This what I do. You know why I do it? Because I'm preparing for somebody like you. I'm preparing to either educate you and become the advocate for you so you can see success in your business after I set the realistic expectation, or I'm prepared to educate you. You don't have to believe me, and you can hop from person to person, from company to company, until you get the bootlegger that you're looking for. Because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody to validate the bull crap that you want to feed them. And you're going to find them. Baby, the scammers and those who don't know what they're talking about are waiting on you. All right? Okay? So you get out here and you hit us with all of those things. And then we have to tell you, all right, I heard you say that the company you used to work for, and I quote, had you kicking down $2,500 a week. Although I am professional, I interpret ghetto tongue very well. All right? In your specific situation, okay, and your specific piece of equipment, that's not going to be what happens for you immediately. What you gonna say? Well, I know it's gonna happen for me because that loud lady that was on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok said that in the first 90 days it's gonna be challenging. But I got my authority a year ago. Did I heard you say that? All right. I understand that you got your authority a year ago, but have you been on the spark market? Have you interacted, took a load from, worked with a broker at all since you have had your authority? Ooh, ee, ooh, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Check. So, if you'll allow me to go ahead and speak to all of the things that you told me, if you'll allow me to speak to all of your unrealistic expectations, all right? Now that we have that out, okay? I understand that you applied for your authority and you kept it up in whatever manner you did that for the last year. However, comma, on the spot market, out here with these brokers, you're still going to be considered new. So the challenges of the first 90 days will still be real. Check. I also heard you say you were kicking down $2,500 a week at those people job. All right. In your own business, in this beginning stage, that's not going to happen. Well, I was talking to in your specific situation, huh? If you'll allow me to speak, and the equipment that you have. Because here's one of the things that y'all homeboy and them don't be telling y'all. Okay. There are some things that can be done. There are some exceptions to every rule. However, comma, when I'm speaking to you about your specific situation, I have listened to you. And now it is my time to educate you. And if we come to an agreement and an understanding, I can also operate in the space of advocating for you. But until you allow this reality to set in, okay, because what I'm saying to you is it's not that you won't be successful in your business. What I am saying to you is it is not a quick return. Okay. It is going to be challenging. I need to remind you that you are no longer an employee, and all of the benefits that you had with that company, when you left them, you left those benefits. Okay. Because their dispatcher, okay, let's talk about the dispatchers also. Company dispatcher and independent dispatcher, whole different ball game. Company dispatcher, you are operating in the same connections and setup that the employee drivers are. They got their own system, they got their own setup. All you got to do, I heard, is look at and move here, 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 here. All of it is there for you. You don't have to search for anything. You don't have to build any kind of connections. You don't have to do anything but get your paycheck, okay? And run them folk when they're supposed to run them, okay? Now, we're going to go back to the carrier who wants to operate in their own business. Understand, with the understanding that you're no longer with the company. If you don't manage your time well, it's not your dispatcher's fault, okay? If you are late and you assess a fine and a fee and a deduction, it is not your dispatcher's fault. If you do not make money that week because you did not move or you were late or you were dock pay, that is not the dispatcher's fault. Okay? You have to now understand and come out of that employee mindset, because when you worked on them people's job, if you were late, you dropped that truck off at the yard, they had somebody recovered and they help you keep it moving, right? Right. Okay? When you was on them people's job, they provided you a level of service that you don't have for yourself. Okay? They probably covered the gas. They probably supplied you with their equipment. They probably did a lot of things that you cannot do on your own, but you did not think it through. Plan your way out and understand the plan. You probably jumped up out them people's truck, okay, thinking that I'm going to get this last settlement, but they said, oh, no, sir. All of those perks that we were offering you, those were because you were working for us. Remember that stipend we was giving you that was in that check? You're not here any longer. Remember the percentages that we were taking out for gas? You're not here any longer. So guess what? We want all of ours. So that last settlement check you was looking for, that 18 cents, that's real. You know what? Because we were waiting for you. We were waiting on you at the door. We knew that when you left, we knew that you were not really a good worker or the greatest worker, but for the past 2 or 3 months, you've been out here humping it. Okay? So what did we do? We saw you moving different, because you went from a not really motivated employee sometimes, and then all of a sudden you got on point. So what we did, we went to go look at the FMCSA. What you trying to do? Oh, we see you. So when you get ready to plan your way out, you got to do better. I ain't saying up and lead them people. I ain't saying the way that you need to, but what I am saying is, if you plan to plot up and leave, You need to go ahead and have your savings together before that last settlement is going to come. Because they're going to get theirs. And then you're going to be out here looking sick. You had plotted up and planned that you was going to go get your sleeper. But now you got to get a box. So your hopes and dreams have been shattered. Okay. So I just want to talk about, let me get on back to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you're coming from a company and you're starting your own, understand that you are starting from the ground up. So when you bring your unrealistic expectations to the dispatcher, okay, to the potential dispatcher services, and they educate you, it is not because we don't want to work with for you, okay? Because you have to remember, we still got to get paid. So I'm not educating you to turn you off and turn you away. What I am letting you know is I am a professional. I plan on helping you and being instrumental in your business. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here for. It is not fair to you or me for me not to educate you and help you understand what goes on in this partnership, what the reality is going to be in your specific situation. Okay? So when we get the ones who have gone through a dispatcher, the ones with all of the sense, and they come to a new dispatcher and they start trying to pour that stuff on, and then they disclose that they had another dispatcher, and then the potential dispatcher is asking, what happened with that? Oh, they wasn't running me. Oh, they wasn't moving my truck. Oh, they weren't. Okay, all right, because I'm going to take your word for that. Okay, but I'm going to tell you one thing about your word. If we move forward, what really happened is going to unfold. What really happened is going to unfold, because here's the thing: those same behaviors that were displayed for your former dispatcher, you're going to still bring those behaviors to me. And no, it's not going to be immediate. It's going to be when we start moving, when things start happening. And that's when the dispatcher is going to say, oh, this is why you no longer have a dispatcher. But this is what I need you to do. In your interview, pay attention to the words that the potential dispatcher is telling you. If they tell you they're not going to tolerate certain things, if they tell you this is what is going to happen if you do this, if they tell you if you want me to be your dispatcher, allow me to be that. Okay? If they tell you that, and your behaviors begin to shine, and your behaviors go directly against what they said that they weren't going to do, guess what? You just opened up the door for them to release you, because you said what you said, they said what they said, you came into an agreement, they did a follow-up email with you, with it written and everything. So it's not that we don't want to help. It's not that we don't want to be of assistance. And it's definitely not that we don't want you to succeed. But what we do want is an understanding that in this partnership, work with, work for, there has to be a level of space for me to be able to do what it is that I say I'm going to do for you. And when you express what you want, when I educate you, and when we come into an agreement on what we're going to do, and we decide that we're going to move forward, allow me to do what I said that I'm going to do. And you do what you said that you were going to do. I'm going to be talking about this more, the interactions between the dispatcher, the carrier, and the broker, because we need each other. Okay? And we are all operating in an independent space. So we don't all have it like that. We don't all, have the connections and the monies that we had. And if we work together, we can get into a space in a situation. But we cannot, do what needs to be done, restore trust amongst each other, if all we're doing out here is continuing to scheme on one another and feeling like we're better than the next person, the next business. Together is the only way we're going to be able to do this. Together. Because one thing about those companies, they already got their stuff together. When you move, they got somebody else ready to slide right in. But when you out here and you on this thing on your own, you need somebody. You do. Even if you need them to say you can keep going. You're doing a good job. You need a community. You need it. You need it. You need it. You need it. And I'm not just saying that so y'all can join the Patreon space. I am for real about this. We observe, we see all of this kind of stuff every day. We in the same 5011 groups, we see people in there talking crazy. We see people in there coming in there with who knows what they're talking about, saying that they're a dispatcher. You know, this is what they're doing, this is what they're offering. We see all of this kind of stuff. And we also see that there are people who don't want to take any kind of advice or information. You just know you got to back up off of them and keep it moving. I just started back being active in some of them because some of the stuff is so ridiculous. But I approach with caution. Hey, is it okay if I offer you, a bit of advice? Hey, is it how does this sound to you? You know, because if we don't help each other, all of us, we all coming from some different kind of space. And some of the things that we see, we can't really judge nobody on because everybody has their introduction to this industry. So when you come into something and you don't know anything, the first things that you hear and come in contact with, that's what you're going to spew. That's what you're going to do. That's how you're going to move until you start to do your own research, which I'm so grateful for all of you because you kept going. You say, you know what, that don't really make sense to me. Or you say, you know what, I like that. I can get with that. Where can I find more? How can I hear more? Okay, what does that mean? Because y'all know when I speak to y'all about certain things, I will use the verbiage, but I will not answer you if you ask me what that means. It is not that I'm being mean to you, but I need to speak to you and you need to hear words that make you go look and see what that means, which is going to give you more information, lead you over to more information. So there's a method. Okay, there's a method. And it's because I want you all to get into the habit of researching, keeping up with, hearing about. There was somebody last year, y'all, that asked me a question for 4 months straight. They inboxed me and asked me the same thing over and over. I did not respond to them. And for 4 months, you asked me the same thing. And at no time did you go look for it on your own. 4 months. You know how much information you could get in 4 months? Teaching a man to fish. Exactly, Big Red. That is my way. I teach you all in that method, the teach a man to fish method. No, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Yes, I'm going to give you probably the majority. But at what point do you take the spoon, knife, fork, and begin to feed yourself? Because here's the thing with me. I present, I teach, coach, whatever it is that they want to call it. But at some point, I want to dialogue with you. Okay? At some point, I want you to be able to articulate, my homeboy said it's happening to me. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what was said. Let me show you what, because I want us to grow. We're not going to be in this space all the time, forever. This is a space that we want to master the subject. Now, what else? What else can I add to this? How can I stack onto this? How can I increase this? How can I capitalize more off this? I'm finding myself good at this. Hey, I could start, okay? Because that's where I'm going with it. That's where I'm going with it. And I'm just careful about, what I say and what I share because I don't want people to follow me, join me, be in the spaces that I'm in to watch and take, number one, or to see how they can do and what they can do and what they can get without doing any work. We got to get out of that because here's the thing. The more you know, solidify, the more you can add to that. You will always have something that you can do, something that you can create, something that you can, okay? Always have you something. It's like a trade, okay? So I'm not going to stay on here long because I'm in here rattling these pots. But if anybody has any questions, any concerns, Y'all got. Okay, I just want to talk to y'all because, and we all know something. We all know something. I got on the roast and my red beans. Tomorrow I'll make the rice, macaroni and cheese, and cornbread. But I'm just putting them on so they can cook all night, and then I get up in the morning. Oh, this is another thing, y'all. I cook every day. Um, just about, not too much on Friday and Saturday. Because it's a part of my work-life balance. It is a part, it is a way that I still take care of my family, make sure my husband got him something to eat when he get home from work. Because I work from home. I work for me. And it is easy for us to get into you know, a space of comfort. And, you know, I'm just so much more mindful of things now because when I couldn't afford to eat out, I say eat out. Scraping up a little piece of what's in the ashtray? What's in the couch? What's now I'll be like, oh, Sam's, Sam's, pulling up Publix, where shopping is a pleasure, you know. And these are all things that I'm going to start implementing and talking about more with you all because for some reason people have this thing still that when you dispatching, you're gonna be stuck to this desk. That is not so. I start my mornings off at this desk. And now I spend a lot more time at my desk, not because, excuse me, I'm dispatching, but because I'm working on other things. So I research, I take my tests, you know, I write out my things that I want to put in ebooks and you know that sort of thing. But once I'm set, I can go. I can cook, I can go shopping, I can go do my nails, you know, I can go do what I'm gonna do. I just gotta put, you know, I transfer everything to my phone. I take my oh, it's in the car. I take my travel whiteboard with me and I keep it moving. I keep it moving. So, yep. But y'all good? All hearts and minds are clear? All right. So we'll do it again on tomorrow. Oh, I keep on forgetting. I keep forgetting. Okay. If there's anybody who needs anything, I do have you can hit the link in my bio. I do have products, services, whatever you want to call them. So I have an ebook for anybody who has taken, well, let's start with the free. If you have any questions and concerns, catch me live. I don't do at this time private messages or anything like that. I'm a business, so there isn't anything private. So you can catch my YouTube for free, get a lot of information there. Catch me live. Excuse me. Um, Catch me live. You know, I'll answer you here. I have ebooks. One ebook, the most popular one, is called My Homeboy Said. It is a book that assists you with your cold calling. So it will help you find your own carriers. One question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. 73 Ocean Lover. Help you find carriers, create your own leads lists, helps you interview carriers, helps you with rebuttals that you're going to get from carriers, such as, you know, why should I pay you? You don't drive the truck. Um, or the company that I used to work for did it like this. How much are you going to make me a week? Just all of the things is in there and it shows you and tells you how to rebuttal them or gives you a foundation and you can build off of that if you need to. And then lastly, it talks about what you'll say to a broker in the first phone call as a broker. So it's the link in my bio. Again, it's called My Homeboy Said, $9.99. I have another ebook. It's called Marian in the Box Truck because when I started this, I was working with a carrier who had a 24-foot box truck, non-CDL, new authority. What advice I think I'm supposed to say, do you give a new dispatcher? Make sure that you get you some kind of community to be around. I would advise that. I would advise not to purchase any kind of leads, lists, none of that. None of that. Find and vet your own leads. Trust and verify. Because I come on here, I do this, I know what I'm talking about, but still look, still get you some more. Um, those would be the tops. Don't get involved in those selectors board schemes, because as a new dispatcher, it does not move quick. It's not a quick return. So you may find yourself in a space of desperation. And you like, man, I'm doing my cold calling and I'm not getting a yes. Just keep it going. I am totally against text mail marketing. That's me. Hear me? Me. I don't do that. I don't respond well to it, because as someone who worked in service for 27 years, when you're initiating a business relationship, a text message is not the way. And I don't really care what excuse you're trying to give, like the ones that I've been getting lately, who text messaging me. Oh, I don't call truckers early in the morning because they might be asleep. Oh, but you'll text me? You'll text me. No, you get on the phone and you call me. You tell me that you want my business. So just be prepared for the yes. And if you are not, get somewhere where you can be prepared. Um, so that's what I would do. So have you taken a course, 73 Ocean Lover? If you have not, that's fine. Um, follow my YouTube though. If you are self-taught, let's talk. Let me talk to the self-taught people for a minute. Um, I don't knock self-teaching. I just know at some point you're gonna have to pay for something, and that's all I got to say about that. Okay. And when I say that, I'm not saying that you self-teaching yourself, and at some point you need to go buy you a $700,000-$800,000 course. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is learn what you're gonna learn for the free, if that's what you're gonna do. And my social media is the same across the board. My YouTube, all of that is the same. Empty Nest Logistics. But what I am saying is, if you are self-teaching, self-taught, get all you're going to get. But when you see there is a weakness, find some place and just pay for that specific thing. You don't know how to negotiate well, find somebody that's offering a course, $25, $50. Get yourself in there, take your notes, strengthen yourself. You don't know how to do route planning, find somebody who's teaching just that, and then just get that. Okay? If that's what you need to do. I don't knock nobody's pocket. I don't be pocket watching. I don't feel like everybody got it. That's I can't be on here telling you you cannot be self-taught doing this. You cannot, but I can get on here and tell you that this is a full-time situation. Okay. I can get on here and tell you that it's going to be challenging. I can get on, and I'm speaking from experience. I'm telling you that it can be hell on your mental, that sort of thing. It's a lot to learn. Self-teaching wouldn't work for me. It's definitely a lot to learn, Tracy, which is why I have created my own community on Patreon, because I do this. I was a trainer when I was in corporate America too. So there's a lot of things that come with me that I know it does not sit well with just a one-day course for this. No, because you all need to have somebody there for you when you are in the action. The course is not the problem. Yes, I'm getting the information. Yes, I'm understanding, but where do I apply this? Okay, what do I do when I'm in the midst of a phone call and something is popping off? So that's where my community, that's where we are. We meet up, excuse me, we meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Tuesdays, we meet from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we cold call. We cold call. Leads are provided, and we cold call. You do it right there with me so I can help you get comfortable, so when you do it on your own. On Thursdays, we meet and we just have round table and we discuss what's going on, what's working, what's not, who did, what happened with your interaction and all of that. And we have Discord, which is available all the time because people have questions. People are studying at night. The replay ministry in Patreon is off the chain. The replay revelations are, they're getting it done. So I live in Georgia. I refuse to get discouraged. That's right. That's right. I have my own confidence building dispatching community on Patreon. It's $25 a month. Mm-hmm. Oh, it smells good in here. I got to get from down here. So yes, 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 yes. Hmm. It works too. Yes, y'all, it's been going this week and last week because there's a lot more people doing now. We done did our cold calling, we done had our conversations, we still, get up with each other. But now many of my community is 38 people strong, okay? And I'm proud, okay? Because one day we're gonna be 38,000 and 380,000, we're gonna be strong like that. But we're gonna be just as powerful right now, I live in North Carolina. Okay, okay. But yes, they're starting to get into the action. They are experiencing the things that they got out of my homeboy said, like all of that. And I also have a course, and that is for anybody who needs to know about a course. It is all that and more. Okay, I can say that with boldness. I have two options. There's a $399 one. It's all self-paced, and that is for access for 30 days. And then there's the $499 one, which is the course for 30 days and 30 days in the Patreon space. So 30 days of, I guess you'll call it mentorship and coaching. So, yep. All right, go ahead and listen. It is going to help you out tremendously. You all hear me touch on sometimes how I was a trainer, but I still bring that with me because I created things and all of that. And there's just things in this space that need that sort of thing. This is so much more than taking a course and leaving people where they at. And one of the things that I really don't understand, but I'm kind of kind of leery on it because some of it is you all and some of it is the courses. But sometimes people are not doing anything and they don't have anybody, like after they take the course, they're just kind of out here. Like they don't have nobody to talk to, they don't have nobody to help them, they don't have nobody. Come on, come on into the space. Okay. You got people out here doing your coaching for $2,500 a week. Go on, come for $25 a month and get more than $2,500 worth of. Okay, then let me get up. Let me hush because that's starting to sound too specific, and that ain't what it is. But you need to be surrounded by other people who are moving and shaking, who have had or will have this experience. Okay. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna get up off of here. Y'all subscribe to the YouTube. Um, and I will catch y'all back here on tomorrow. I'm probably gonna be on here earlier tomorrow because I already done cooked, I already done did everything today. So I greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere doing anything, but you decided to give me just a little bit of your time, and I greatly appreciate it. I hope I did right by you. All right, so y'all have a great, great night, and I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Look at Instagram acting like it has some sense tonight.